How to respond to darkness as a light worker. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sylvia Salo and I help light workers and starseeds to remember who they are. And in this video I would like to offer you 6 tips on how to deal with darkness and escalated, conflicting, stressful situations that may manifest in your life or collectively. So I think we all know that collectively we've been through a lot, and so that's why I felt called to give you some kind of guidance on how to respond to such events. But of course you can apply exactly the same things on a much smaller scale when something happens in your life. So the first tip I would like to share with you is that you always have to look for the third way. Let me explain. As the ages and cycles are changing, there is intensification of polarization, which may happen within us and collectively as well. So it means that we see even more duality, we see even more contrast, we see even more light and dark. All of this is being brought to the surface. And I just want to say it's a nature part of evolution. I have made another video on that topic. I don't know if it will be done already now or I will upload it in the future, but I recommend watching it. Now, when those cycles, when they clashes and there is that duality being even more enhanced, being even more visible, there is that pressure to take one side. There is a pressure to say, oh, this is the right thing and this is the wrong thing. But from our level of consciousness, from the 3D level of consciousness, we cannot really know what's the right and wrong thing. And in many cases, it's really not that clear at all. So instead, I would invite you to look for the third way, some other solution. Because when you feel there is that pressure being made on you to choose one side, and that pressure can come from within yourself or from the collective, it's really good to stay calm and see if it's really true, if perhaps there are more solutions, if perhaps there are more so-called truths and ways of looking at things. And so we are broadening our consciousness, and also we are not getting stuck in that duality, because if you take one side, if you take one position, which is limited, I mean, white and black, wrong and right, left and right, all these very limiting concepts of duality, if you take one of them and align with them, you will get stuck with within those limiting beliefs and limited consciousness. And so there is always a different way of looking at anything. There is always some other solution. So look for that third way. And of course, third, it implies there's a third way that kind of brings the duality together. This is the first step to oneness. But when you choose the third way, you will actually realize there are many more ways afterwards. So it's that number 3 then goes into number 7, and that continues growing and expanding as well. So all of a sudden you have many more perspectives and solutions. So don't act on that impulse to polarize yourself, to be in the duality. My second tip is don't react to that old structure, to the old reality that is crumbling away. Because when we react to something, we give our power away to something external. We allow an external situation to control our emotional state, to control our choices, to direct our thoughts to fear-based timelines. And so unconsciously, in that moment, we are actually contributing to those timelines that are not aligned with what we actually want to experience and create. There is a huge difference between being present and taking soul-aligned action and reacting to something. Because when we react, there is always something external controlling us. And so you want to step back into your soul's power and not react to something that is slowly dissolving, because those old paradigms and structures, they do dissolve. And so when you don't react to them, when you don't let them kind of like control your behavior, your experiences, when they don't control the energy of your lower chakras, they have nothing to feed on. And it helps them to dissolve faster, if that's what you want. This brings me to the third tip. Decide consciously what kind of reality you want to birth to this planet. What kind of world would you love to see? What kind of own personal experience you would love to have? Because this golden age needs you as much as you need a golden age. It's calling you. It wants to be born through you. And so the frequency and those dreams and imagination and anything you allow to move through you will then become your reality. And so the more light workers are truly bringing the highest energy and source consciousness in beautiful dreams and in beautiful intentions, the sooner this will be the case for more and more people. And so always ask yourself, what energy, what reality are you now birthing to this planet and into your life? Are you aligning yourself with the light? Or are you aligning yourself with something else that you maybe don't want to call into your life? And once you notice you're aligning yourself with something else, then just pause and quickly realign. It's just a choice. It's just a choice. It's like facing your true north. You always want to know where you are headed and why, and just quickly align with it. The fourth tip, which is my personal favorite, is that when you see some kind of darkness, however you define it, happening in your life or in the collective field, choose to become even more light. Instead of going into the fear or that reactive mode, it's good to take it as a motivation to bring even more light into your life, into yourself and to other people. Because if you would respond to any situation that is not of the light by embodying even more light, and if everyone did the same, there would be quickly a lot more light. And so you may not be able, of course, to impact some huge global events, but you can always choose to be more light, to expand, to embody more light. And when you realign with more light, then you are allowing these beautiful higher timelines to be available to more people. And so, if something happens in your life or globally, just take it as an invitation to be even more committed to your life, to be even more committed to the reality you want to live in and you want your children to grow up in and their children. Because you are the keeper of the earth. You are the custodian of the new age. And so commit to more light and more light and more light. If this is always your response, then there will be more light. Because anything else is just giving your power away. So take it back. The fifth tip that I want to share with you, which is very powerful, is that when you see people who may be going more into the fear, into so-called dark and so on, instead of educating them or instead of, telling them something using the words, just send them love. Make them feel loved. And this is a vision that I received during one of my one-on-one sessions with one of my clients. I could see, as an answer to her question, I could see the whole earth, and I could see light and dark. And some people are fully in the light, some people are in the dark, and some people are in between. They are not fully decided yet. They can go either way. And so if you are in the light and you speak to somebody who is in the middle or in the dark, and you would be pushing your spirituality on them or your awakening on them, or you would be basically using the light, which means the consciousness, it may create even more separations. So what I saw, that those people may fall even more into the darkness because they are not able to connect to your consciousness, to the level of consciousness that you have. But if you would approach the same people on the frequency of love, and really it doesn't matter so much what you say when you say with love, you would really make them feel being loved and nurtured and taken care of. Like really genuinely open up your heart chakra and talk to them with love, or do something for them with love, or just simply sit and say absolutely nothing but feel that love. Then it unites, love unites. Consciousness can sometimes separate. The love always unites. So what I saw in this case is that those people would be able to connect to that light more through that love, through that united field of love. And so wherever you are, don't use the judgment or, consciousness to create more separation, but invite more love, open up your heart, and let people know that wherever they are being loved. That's never denied of anyone. And my next and final tip is to remain in your center. It's so important to be in your center, to find that balance, calm, serene place within yourself. And so whenever you act, whatever you choose to do, it comes from within. It comes from that calm place within you. And so when you are being centered in yourself, you are in your soul's power. And usually from that space, you are able to reach out to the highest solutions for yourself and other people. And so you are actually contributing to creating more light and love on this planet. You are contributing to those higher timelines to everyone. Plus it feels good. So remain in your center, find a way how to always come back. And it's just a practice, you keep coming back, and then one day you realize you are able to stay there, to remain there. So again, don't react, be in your center. And I made another video just on this topic alone because it's so key in our times to find that center within, because that's the only home you truly have, it's inside of you. And so when you feel safe and protected and you feel like you are truly being aligned with your soul's energy and your soul's power, then you are able to take the right action and to have the right response to what's happening. And so you are the vessel for God to act through you, to reach out to other people through you. So keep practicing coming to your center, and of course naturally spending time in nature helps a lot. So if you can, go outside, go into nature, hike, swim in the ocean, or go at least to park and, lay your back against a tree and just meditate there. Maybe you will get enlightened just like Buddha. It's a joke, but yeah, you never know what happens when you sit under the tree. So spend more time in nature and truly align yourself with the frequency coming off from Gaia, because Gaia is helping us to be in our center, to be aligned. So if you want, you can check my other video on that topic. And I hope you have enjoyed those little ideas and tips. And if you did, please let me know in the comments below which one you like the best. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.